season. Kent Bottenfield in his first inning. Runners at the corners, and Sheff goes to short. They get one, but his speed prevents the double play. Chuck Carr's in. It's 1-zip fish. Sheffield doing it with a glove. Little speed to get over the tarp. Little gymnastics move to reel it in. The Marlins' big star, Darrell Whitmore. Looks like he misjudges it. He does, but he makes a great catch. Then he comes to the plate. 2-1 fish, and he goes to right. This one, 421 feet. That's the longest home run in Marlins history. They win it 3-1. After going 0-7 last season, Ryan Bowen now 5-8. The Rockies have dropped 5 straight. Brian Harvey in to pick up save number 26. Game 1 of the post-McGriff era for the Pods, hosting the Hot Mets. All those white faces, well, they used to be Padres. Eric Hillman in search of win 1. Phil Plantier is gone. He faced 1 over the minimum in 8 innings. Hillman on the bench, very nervous because John Franco gives up the single to Tony Gwynn. The Hillman win is gone. Ricky Gutierrez scores. We're tied at 1, and Hillman's upset, and so's John Franco. Top 10, we're tied at 1, and Charlie O'Brien goes deep. Off Gene Harris, it's O'Brien's first home run of the year. First home run of the year, and the Mets win it 2-1. Franco, after kicking the bucket, K2 in the 10th for the save. Mets can now be mentioned in the same breath as the Chicago Bulls. They have three-peated. One thing the Bulls never did was play in front of such a small crowd. Only 9,100 were in the stands. Delay, so you eat. Ernie's night in the Bronx, bottom first, bases loaded. Double to left. Deion James, Danny Tartle will score. 3-zip Yanks after 1. In the 5th, it's that same guy again, Bernie Williams. This time, not to left, but to right. Part of a 4 RBI night. He's got 53 on the season. It's his 10th home run at 6-1 Yanks. Then Bernie in the field. Dave Magadan rips one, and there's Bernie in right center. And somebody woke Lou Piniella up, who was sleeping during the game. Now we can get him to a bed as the Yanks win at 8-2. George Steinbrenner said he's using this as a test week to help determine if the team will stay in Yankee Stadium. George says the team's bottom third, 2 on, 1-0 O's until Chris Hoyles goes deep. It's a 3-run shot. His 19th, 4-0 O's. Bottom of the 6th, 4-1. Jeffrey Hammonds jumps on it. Looks like we're going to catch that ball. 5-1 O's. Then the rains came, and when it rains, people do, well, they do anything to occupy the time. Top of the 9th, 2 out, 2 on, 6-2 O's. George Brett down the right field line. This good for a double. 6-3 Orioles. Brian McRae at Pratt. Harold Reynolds. He's over, but no play, and the Royals are within 2. Chris Gwynn at bat. This one to left center. The Royals have climbed back to within 1. Al McRae thinking, well, we can come all the way back. Greg Olson then gets Joyner with the weak half swing, and the O's hang on to win it 6-5. Not often that a catcher leads his team in home runs and RBIs. Hoyles is doing both with 19 round trippers and 50 runs batted in.
For his 3rd win in 5 starts, but he was trailing 1-zip in the 2nd. Buck Rogers giving that old hit sign with a runner on 3rd, and Luis Polonia listens to instructions right up the middle, right between Seeley's legs. Damian Easley scores, but it was 3-2 Boston when the Angels defense falls apart like right there. Gary DiSarcina all sorts of trouble. 4-2 Sox. More bad breaks for the Angels. Upsy-daisy, the bad hop between Easley and DiSarcina. Andre Dawson scores to make it 6-3 Red Sox. The circus would continue for California. John Valentin, the chopper, the bad hop over Damian Easley's glove. Zupsik scores, and Buck is still swinging away. Keep swinging. The Red Sox win it 8-6. For Boston, it was their 3rd straight come-from-behind victory. It keeps them 2 out of first. Billy Hatcher now hitting .402 in his last 24 games. He was 3 for 5 in this game. And as for Scott Sanderson, he loses his 8th straight decision. Meantime, Oakland's Todd Van Poppel facing the Tribe and not liking it in the 1st. Carlos Baerga gets to him with a single. Lance Blankenship then has all sorts of trouble. Wayne Kirby scores 1-0 Tribe. Next batter, Albert Bell. You don't send a 3-0 fastball toward Albert Bell. Home run number 25. Indians led 3-zip. Cliff Young on the mound for the Tribe, getting help from his defense. Blankenship, the smash. Alvaro Espinoza, nice stop, and then he makes the play. Top of the 9th, Tribe up by 2. Bases loaded for Jeremy Hernandez in a big spot and gets Mike Aldretti to ground it out, and Carlos takes care of things from there to preserve in the Indians' 4-2 victory. Cleveland has now won 3 straight. Credit their pitching. They've allowed just 3 runs in those 3 victories. Oakland's Ron Darling made a relief appearance in this game, ending a string of...
Bottom 6, it's already 5-zip Cubs. Jack Dougherty cuts that lead in half and 1. At home run, it's 5-3. 2 batters later, Chris Sabo's on first. Hal Morris goes the other way, and it lands for a single. Sabo's in. It's 5-4 Cubs. Still in the 6th. Morris is on second. Reggie Sanders flies out. Who's going to get it? Get out of Sammy Sosa's way. I got it, and I'm throwing. And here comes Morris, and what a throw. Morris is dead at third. Sammy, you the man. Jim Lefebvre said that throw was the game. It was huge, huge. Cubs win 6-4. Season high, 5th straight win for the Cubbies. And during that time, the starters' ERA barely minuscule, 1.77. Larry Luber made winning easy through 45 strikes and 42 balls. The Reds activate Kevin Wickhander off the DL. At Three Rivers, Bucks and Stroh's Eric Anthony hits his 9th home run. Stroh's third baseman Ken Caminiti was examined on Monday, a bruised rotator cuff.
2 Phil's bottom of the 2nd when Brett Butler ties up the game with a broken bat single. Jody Reed comes in, tied at 3. Bottom of the 5th, it was 5-4 Phil's when Mike Piazza ties up the game for the Dodgers, going deep off Roger Mason, his 19th of the year, tied at 5. Top of the 7th, Jim Eisenreich, what a game for him. One of his 2 RBIs on the night. Driving in Darren Dalton, the Phils actually got 2 runs in the 7th, and they went on to beat the Dodgers 7-5. Yes, a Phillies victory. Roger Mason earning his first win in a Phillies uniform. Phillies shortstop Kevin Stocker, what a game. 3 for 4, 2 runs scored, an RBI, and his first 2 stolen bases of the year. Meanwhile, the Cardinals in Atlanta looking to keep pace. Great night for right fielder Mark Whitten of St. Louis. Donovan Osborne on the hill. Bottom of the 4th, scoreless game. Dave Justice, the liner. Ron Gant going from second to home. Meanwhile, Whitten with a tremendous throw. And Tom Pagnazzi is there to get Gant at the plate. That ended the inning. So Whitten goes to the dugout. He's the first batter up against Pete Smith, and Smith's first pitch of the 5th inning. No problem for Mark Whitten. Got all of this one, his 15th of the year, his 4th home run in 5 games. It's 1-0 St. Louis. Bottom of the 5th, Cards defense takes over right there. Todd Zeal robbing Damon Berryhill, and then top of the 9th with a 3-0 Cards lead. Brian Jordan goes deep for the 2nd time in this game, this time off Jay Howell. His first multi-homer game for Brian Jordan, and the Cardinals hung on 4-0. After the game, Brian Jordan called his 2 home runs the 2 biggest hits he's had at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, outside of the hits he experienced while playing football there, of course, as a member of the Falcons. It was the 7th time this season, by the way, the Braves have been blanked. The Braves lose ground on the Giants in the West. They're now 9 back after San Francisco beat Montreal. Dave Berber winning in his first start since April.
Anxious to see Nolan, see if he still has the heat, and he does. Darrell Hamilton finding out very quickly. Kevin Reimer then tries to catch up with the Ryan Heat, even tries to throw his bat at the ball. That's a strike. Bottom of the 1st, Julio Franco. This is not a strike. It's a 400-foot shot to dead center. It's his 11th home run of the year. And the Rangers were leading 1-0. Bottom of the 4th, Brewers up 2-1. Gary Redus, the decisive blow. Past the diving Darrell Hamilton in right center. Gonzalez and Palmer come in, and Ryan has a 3-2 lead. Then facing Hamilton one more time. He gets him looking. Hamilton can't figure it out. An appreciative crowd with a standing O for Ryan as he leaves, and the Rangers win it 5-3. Ironically, in Texas, it was Jose Canseco shirt night, but it was that guy the fans came to see. They were lined up on the first baseline for some 2 hours before the game. The Texas offense comes from 4 players. Franco, Palmeiro, Palmer, and Redus account for all 9 hits. Meantime, Ryan, he improves to 2-2 on the season. One of the reasons for his success Monday night, he mixed up his pitches.
I think, you know, as you get older, you either have to make those adjustments or you don't survive. And tonight, I had to be pleased with my curveball. I had a good curveball. At times, my changeup was real good. It was a little inconsistent, not as consistent as I would have liked it to be.
Just throwing the junk either. No, lifting the Jays. Trouble for Rodney Bolton. He throws the ball past Frank Thomas, so Molitor goes to second. Already up 1-0. Ed Sprague shatters his bat. It goes to right. Joe Carter in. It's 2-0. We call the bullpen. Next batter is Turner Ward. And he slaps one to left. Olerud comes in to score. Here comes Fernandez. Here comes the throw from Raines. And he just beats it. It's 4-0 Jays. That was all for Rod Bolton. Kirk McCaskill in, and 2 batters later, it's Randy Knorr going deep. This one leaves. It's a 3-run shot, and the Jays put up a 7 spot. Dave Stewart was shaky, but he gets some defensive help. Roberto Alomar robs Raines. Jays win 15-7. 21 hits and 15 runs are both season highs. Olerud 3 for 6, now hitting .398. Sean Bergman making his first major league start, top two. Pat Mears, it's a double to left. Pagliarulo comes in to score. The Twins did it 4-0. Bergman didn't allow another run. So it was up to Scott Erickson to stop the Tigers. His first pitch almost nails Tony Phillips in the head. Don't blame him for reacting like that. Benches would clear. The only action was verbal. Erickson gets some help. Bottom fourth, two men on. Cecil fielder to short. Mears with a great play, then throws with his glove. Pretty double play, and the Tigers lose it 4-2. Erickson, 4 hits allowed in 8 innings, and apparently you or I could have been behind the plate. Catcher Brian Harper says Scotty Erickson was so sharp, it was a no-brainer to call this one. Sean Bergman went the distance for the Detroit. First Tiger pitcher to do that in his first major league start.